everything, which might not be a lot to some, but it meant a lot to us.
This is Grog's uninsured house. There's nothing left.
I made it home to get my dogs as the fireman was putting the water hose up to my house and telling me I had to leave.
Rural South Georgia is battling a pair of wildfires roughly 65 miles apart. Miraculously, no lives lost. But Brantley County's fire has incinerated more than 80 structures.
Our biggest worry is always life. You know, people having enough time to evacuate you.
These fires have been so intense, smoke hovered over downtown Atlanta, 260 miles away. Southeastern Georgia has seen just 11 inches of rain since last September. That's almost 15 inches below normal, turning nature into kindling. Lisa Grog broke down in tears when she finally returned to her charred home.
A lot of them left with 10 minutes notice. You have 10 minutes, grab what you can, 10 minutes and get out.
The fire started about a week ago and they burned quick and they burned hot. We were in a serious drought situation. A lot of them went to work and they weren't allowed back in their homes at the end of the day. I mean, their house is burnt down. There is no, I left the foundation, nothing. There is none. We grow a lot of pine trees for papers and toilet paper. Mm-hmm. Pine trees have everything in there from dynamite to kerosene, turpentine. So when they burn, they burn. It extends past just your basic needs. It's how are these people going to go back to work if they don't have
Not only homes, but vehicles too to burn. You're given 10 minutes notice to grab whatever you can. No, you can't grab everything.
Right.
They lost it all.
I think everybody just wants to feel human again. They don't want to stand in the line to get underwear and clothes. You know, it's degrading.
Yeah, we want to thank you for allowing us to take care of these people.
Yeah, to take care of our community.
Without this, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Georgia is burning right now. This is the wildfire map. This is the coastal Georgia map for the smart city that's planned. Fire map. Smart city map. Okay, one more time. Fire map. Smart city map, okay? So maybe I'm just suspicious. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe Hawaii was just a coincidence. Maybe South Carolina was just a coincidence. Maybe all these things that are happening and all these fires that are happening all over the place are just coincidences. Maybe the data centers that are being built everywhere are just a coincidence. But that's suspicious. That is suspicious. I'm just Googling, just screenshotting, posing questions. Check your local map. Are you in a smart city fire zone?
So right now we have wildfires that are going on in Georgia. It reminds me of what I've talked about in the past, which has been act of nature exclusions on people's homeowners policy. You need to read your homeowner's policy. If you are one of the victims in this wildfire and you're getting somebody that's telling you we're not covering that because it's an act of nature, not act of nature, it's an act of God is what it is, act of God, you need to let them know that you want to get them to specifically show you in your policy. You want the section, you want the paragraph, you want all of that so that you can read it yourself. Because there's a particular company, I ain't saying no names, that loves to deny claims. They will deny claims all day long because they know that you're not going to fight it. They know that you're not going to hire anybody to do anything about it. And they think that they can get away with it. If you're one of these victims of these fires and your insurance company is telling you it ain't covered because it's an act of God, read your policy. Look for the exclusions in your policy. You want to be educated about what you have available to you because most of those policies in a situation like that, when your home is lost, they pay for other things as well. They pay for alternative housing. They pay for replacement of food. They pay for a bunch of other things. And in this economy, you need all the help you can get. and you've been paying insurance forever, it's time for it to start paying you back. Period. Point blank.
White folks are now coming into that realization that when Black Americans say sit, they should literally sit. When Black Americans say stand, they should literally stand. When Black Americans say move, they should literally move. Because just check out this disaster that has literally befall Georgia. The question I have, please, you can answer me in the comment section before I go ahead to roll out the other clip and I say what I want to say at the end of this video. Is this not literally avoidable? I just want to know if it is avoidable or if it is not avoidable. But anyways, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And guys, with that being said, let's continue watching this video. I'll be back with commentaries.
Y'all, a child's balloon just caused one of the worst wildfires ever in Georgia's history. Governor Brian Kemp say investigators believe a balloon from a party floated to a power line. In the moment that it touched, it caused an electrical spark that ignited the ground below. And because that Georgia is in extreme drought, it didn't just start a fire, it exploded. Within hours, flames ripped through Brantley County. 87 homes gone, neighborhoods erased. Firefighters keep saying they can barely control it because the wind just keep changing. This is one of the most destructive wildfires in Georgia history, and it all allegedly started from something as simple as a balloon. Again, prayers to y'all. I hope y'all all safe. If y'all not there, y'all send them prayers. Do y'all believe that this started from a balloon? I'm hearing all kind of different things though. How did it actually start? Somebody tell me.
In case y'all haven't heard, South Georgia is on fire. In the swamp, no less, the wetlands, where you wouldn't think a fire would be. But the governor is declaring a state of emergency because they are saying that there's currently a drought. So residents are being asked to reduce their water usage because they're having trouble fighting the fire because there's a drought. What makes that statement weird is that the area burning is the same area they were going to put landfills and also some AI data centers. Do with that information as you will. So it's weird to say that there's a water shortage now to help fight the fires, but they were going to build an AI data center, which is a high consumer of water. So I'm not really sure how they have the water for the data center, but not water to fight off the fires. But again, do with that information as you will. But it is a situation that I don't think is getting enough coverage like it should be outside of like Georgia. I think this should be more international news because this is one of the big wildfires that's been burning for a while now. And right now we don't even have any currently happening in California. So you would think eyes would be on Georgia, but it's kind of like, kind of here and there. So just to make sure y'all are aware that that is happening, and not saying, conspiracy theory, but, the circumstances are weird that it happens to be where they wanted to put some infrastructure and now it's burning. Y'all have a good day.
What do y'all think started these massive wildfires in the south of Georgia? Now, officials believe one wildfire may have started from someone welding a gate, a spark from someone welding a gate. Another may have started from a balloon hitting a power line. These fires are burning in Brantley County, I believe they said, including the Pineland Road and the Highway 82 fire. Now, reports are saying 39,000 acres have been burned through. Homes have been burned and 200 residents have been ordered to evacuate. Now, Governor Brian Kemp said there are really no ways to stop the wildfires right now. Crews are trying to contain the side and back of it while hoping in a change of weather. Officials are warning people take these evacuations seriously because the wind can change things real quick. It may not be your way right now, but it can be. Prayers up for South Georgia. I'll give y'all updates as they come in. I love y'all. Peace.
Why is nobody talking about the fact of parts of Georgia is literally burning down right now? Whole neighborhoods is getting evacuated. Houses is gone. And you want to know the craziest part about it? This ain't even just Georgia. It's spreading towards Florida too. They say that these fires is barely contained. Like, just imagine you going to sleep and waking up and your whole city is cloudy from smoke. This like something you see from Stranger Things. But what don't make sense to me is how is these fires this bad, but it's on nobody's timeline? Do y'all think that they downplaying this, or am I just tripping? Because I don't think I'm falling down. Also, if you're in Georgia right now, comment on what it actually looks like. And if you're not in Georgia or any of these cities that's burning, y'all send prayers to these folks. And if y'all have any ideas on any which way that we can help these folks, y'all let us know in the comments so we can help these folks. Like, people losing everything that they ever worked for.
So look, right now in Georgia, there's a massive wildfire that just passed 22,000 acres, and it is still growing. It started in Brantley County, Highway 82, and now entire communities are being impacted. Now look, people are being forced out of their homes, roads are being shut down, and emergency crews have been fighting this non-stop for about a week. And after all of that, they're still saying that only 6% of this wildfire has been contained. Not to mention, it's not even just a fire. Georgia is currently dealing with drought conditions, meaning the hot, dry weather is making it harder to control this wildfire. They've even had to set up emergency operations at a local airport to keep up with this operation. Now, if you're anywhere near Southeast Georgia, stay alert and stay aware. Pay attention to the updates because it's still a developing situation and you need to be prepared. I love y'all, Georgia. Be safe. Peace.
A few days ago, I was doing stuff around the house and I wanted to know what the weather was going to be like for the day. I yell out to Alexa, Alexa, what is the weather today? She proceeds to tell me it's going to be about 85 degrees, such and such, and there's a fire advisory for the wildfires in Georgia. Wait, what? Can you repeat the weather? Maybe I'm asleep or something. And she said it again. Now, I've been here for quite a long time. I have never ever heard of wildfires being in Georgia. Ever. And so I questioned I questioned her and I asked her, I was like, okay, well, how long has this been happening? I've never heard of this before. She said it's been happening for a long time, but normally it doesn't turn out to be fires. And then later on that day, I spoke with someone who was born and raised in Georgia. And I was like, have you ever heard of this? And she's like, well, we usually have advisories, but it doesn't turn out to be anything. I'm like, dude, there's like blazing fires. Like, what the heck? And so I'm questioning what else may be afoot here. And that's just the way I think. I just think it's very bizarre that Georgia is having wildfires.
Mr. President, my name is Amber, and I need this message to reach you. During Hurricane Helene, I was one of the heavy hitters that was doing everything that I could to get support and resources to the people in Western North Carolina and East Tennessee. And during that time, sir, we had to go toe-to-toe with FEMA over their lack of urgency, over their lack of support, over the constant roadblocks they kept putting in front of the people who already lost everything. And now we're seeing it again, sir. Right now in Southeast Georgia, tens of thousands of acres are burning. Families have been evacuated. Homes have been lost. And these people are scared, they're exhausted, and they are begging for help. And sir, the reports that I'm receiving from FEMA's response so far are absolutely unacceptable. I'm being told that they're telling these firefighters to stand down. I'm also being told that they are turning away water and resource trucks. Sir, I'm also being told that these families are being threatened by FEMA. That if they take even $500 from a local church or a local charity so they can go get them somewhere to sleep at night, that FEMA is threatening them that they will not get any further assistance if they do this. And lastly, sir, what I'm being told is that after these people's houses have burned to the ground, there's still smoke coming off of these ashes, that they are going around and putting signs on their property saying, report insurance fraud. Sir, these people haven't even had the time to even process this and grieve what they have lost. And these poor people are already being treated like a suspect instead of a survivor. FEMA's job is not to create roadblocks. FEMA's job is not to intimidate the victims. And FEMA's job is not to stand between hurting Americans and people trying to help them. These families need water, they need shelter, they need supplies, they need livestock help, they need clear answers. And sir, if these people in FEMA cannot do their job, then put me in their place. I will do their job. When it comes to disaster relief, it should never be political. It should never be selective. And lastly, it should never punish Americans for accepting help from good people when the government's not doing their job. So, Mr. President, please hear our cries. The American people deserve better. The families in Georgia need help now.
Last night's rain was not enough to be able to stop the most destructive wildfire in Georgia history, and unfortunately, it seems like it could get worse before it gets better. So far, the Highway 82 fire in Brantley County has burned more than 22,000 acres, and unfortunately, it's just 32% contained. Officials are now warning that today's dry air, low humidity, along with gusty winds could cause the fire to grow once again. And currently, firefighters are dealing with hidden hot spots, falling debris, and reburn threats as they try to strengthen containment lines and protect homes. Unfortunately, since Georgia is in an exceptional drought, the fight is far from over.
You know, I do live in Georgia, and I find it quite odd that these wildfires are happening in the same exact county that the data center is being built. You know, some may call it a coincidence. I think they're literally doing this in plain sight. Open your eyes, people. All these random wildfires right now in South Georgia, and a majority of them are happening in the same county that they're building this new data center. Just doesn't make sense. It's been dry in Georgia, yes. But why are a large majority of these fires going off in that one county? Answer me that.
I need you to stop scrolling and pay attention to what I'm about to say. Right now in Brantley County, Georgia, there is a massive 5,000 acre wildfire that is burning right now in Brantley County, Georgia. That is southeastern Georgia. They are also reporting that it has affected 47 homes. And thankfully, thank God, nobody has lost their life in this wildfire. But this wildfire started at 1,000 acres and now in 24 hours has spread to over 5,000 acres. They are reporting this morning that it has died down just a little bit because of the winds have died down. But they are saying if the winds start picking up, that this fire could keep on spreading and gain traction. In surrounding counties, they have opened up schools, churches, libraries for people to come and stay in that are having to be evacuated from this area. And like I always do, I will try to keep you guys posted on this. And if anybody lives in that area that wants to reach out to me and let me know what y'all need out there, please reach out to me so I can get the word out. But until then, I need everybody to continue to pray for everybody that lives in that area and the surrounding areas. And let's pray that they're able to get this fire under control and it doesn't keep spreading.
So terrible knowing that my life was forever changed, but hoping that some miracle happened, that my home was spared, which obviously it was not.
Ash and charred remains are all that's left of Ginger Hunter's home and her family business property in Waynesville, after the Brantley County wildfire moved in Tuesday and left destruction behind. She says the building that once stood here, including her wedding chapel, are now gone.
They literally don't exist except in the form of ash. And that, I still can't wrap my brain around that.
Hunter says she was home with family and pets when she started to see and smell the fire getting closer. And she says everything became about minutes.
And I was outside and electricity company, whatever it was, power company, pulled up in the yard and they're like, we need you to go, need you to evacuate.
She says they got out and went to her mother's home in Brunswick, watching from a distance as flames took over the property.
And then I looked up at my church, and between my buildings, I could see the fire, just the red. It was right there at the trees.
When Hunter returned 2 days later, she says the damage looked like a war zone. And what hit her the hardest was how fast it all happened.
The way the fire came up, it consumed everything. Everything was consumed within 5 minutes. And I have 7.5 acres of land.
Hunter says the next step is survival and starting over. She has set up a GoFundMe called Hope for Our Future after a fire in Brantley County, Georgia, as she tries to rebuild what was lost. And Hunter says she plans on visiting her father in New Bern, North Carolina next week and hopes that while she's gone, some rain can relieve the wildfire. Live in the studio, Stephen Glover, WTOC News.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you got any extra papers. There's multiple structures and things around town. I have nothing. I got 7 trucks about a mile and a half from Browntown that's just sitting here. Why haven't you sent them? Send them now. We was told to sit here and not move. Damn that go.
I'm gonna need an explanation on this one. Sounds an awful lot like what was going on during Helene. Just saying. And to top it all off, now they're saying that an aluminum balloon hit a power line and burned up half of the county. I don't know if I believe that. Sorry. If it did happen, who's responsible for that balloon? Just throwing that out there. Anyway. That's the latest and greatest, TikTok. That is our Georgia wildfire right now and the information that we're getting. Thank you. Come again.
50,000 acres burned. 120 homes so far burned. Where? In South Georgia. Have you heard of that? In the wetland, swampy areas of South Georgia, there have been historic wildfires due to the historic drought. Yeah. Now, where else is going to be facing drought other than, the entire country? It makes me think of the Colorado mountains and how much snow, the big luscious snow caps that belong on those mountains. Guess what? They just weren't there this year. They're moving water from one reservoir to the next. How's California's wildfire planning going? Because it's fucking April. It's fucking April. FEMA don't know her, right? But we're in April and we're having crazy fires in Georgia that people in the same country as Georgia just don't hear about. Just don't hear about. Days of fires. And I just found out about this literally 7 minutes ago. 7 minutes ago. Go look it up. Go Google it. Go off app. Drive up some engagement on like news articles, something. Like, this is fucking insanity. This is so crazy. And you know what? You know what the kicker is? Is this is land that they want to put on. They want to put a data center there. So wildfires caused by natural or good fire conditions, and someone said, bink, let me just toss this little bink, and maybe my land grab will move quicker, easier, faster. We're living in very, very dark and scary times, and then the facade of it, everything being normal, is enough to drive you fucking insane.
So yesterday, we sent 10 trucks up to Clinch County up there in Georgia to help with these wildfires. And today and tomorrow, we are sending another 15 trucks. 5 of them are water tankers. 5 of them are low boys that have excavators and bobcats on them. And then we have 2 more trucks that are taking grinders up there to help clear the debris. And then we have 2 trucks that are literally taking food and water. And so a lot of people are saying, well, watch out for FEMA. FEMA's turning people away. Well, how are they supposed to turn us away if we don't ask for any permission? They don't even know what we're doing. We're here as support from Florida going up to Georgia because you guys are our neighbors, and that's what neighbors are supposed to do, right? You're supposed to look out for each other. FEMA is not my neighbor. FEMA is not your neighbor. We are neighbors. So therefore, the fucking trucks are going north. And I don't really think we're taking no for an answer. So if anyone else would like to help and support in any way, I don't want any money and I don't need any money, and Lee County doesn't want any money. The best way for you to support what we're trying to do down here is just engage with the videos. But we're on the freaking way, man.
Anyways, welcome back and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed all of that clip and you guys have literally seen what is happening in Georgia. And if you check the report of one of the clip I was able to roll out, where this black man literally explained and indicated in the map as well where most of these things can literally be avoidable, but because of how the system is, right, because of how people think that black people are not really worthy to say anything in the community, they are not seeing the reality. You can see a lot of white folks crying. Honestly, disaster is not what should happen to anybody. It's not what should happen to anybody. That's just the honest truth. It is something that can kill a lot of people's spirit a whole lot of time. But if things are quite avoidable, why can't they just be avoided? Why? You can see from even the clips I played with a lot of Americans' reaction towards this. It's not making sense. It's not making sense for you to just go home, go out somewhere, come back, and then within a twinkle of an eye, you're losing every single thing, like every single thing you've worked for in the whole of your life. I feel like this man is one of the worst punishment. When I mean this man, I mean the orange man is one of the worst punishment that have literally happened to America, that have also happened to white people in generally, for them to be able to see and realize that right now it is not all about color. It is not all about he look like me, I have to put someone that look like me there. It is all about who is ready to do the job. It is all about what are the people that understand the system of America saying. What are the people that built America saying? It is high time for a lot of white folks to now sit down and realize that every single white thing that black Americans have been saying for decades, for centuries, for years, are the reality. Because the moment you think that one is done, boom, we see another one. The moment you think that you're done with this other one, boom, we see other. This is how we keep seeing things over and over again every single now and then. And at this same critical time, we still have people that are still, what am I even saying? Even some of them that are crying, even as they are crying, if you should bring out another vote in now and said, okay, let's vote again, they are still going to do the same thing. They're still going to commit the same mistake. They're still going to commit the same issue. Because a lot of them just want to idolize what they are not supposed to idolize. A lot of them just want to do with what they are not supposed to do with. It's crazy. That was how we see things like tornado that can really be avoided. We see things like earthquake. We see a lot of things just go like just within the tenure of this orange man. A lot of things have literally gone down. A lot has literally gone down within the tenure of this man. And still we still have people that will sit out there and act as if what Black Americans are saying, Black Americans are not correct. I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying that even if any other person should be ruling, if this will actually not happen, but there are some things should be put in place. We can't be seeing such kind of thing in a country like America. In a country like America, we can't be seeing such kind of things. We're seeing such kind of disasters in Africa, yes, that don't even have a working system. What of a country that has a working system? Why do we still keep seeing things like this happening? It's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. Yes, I'm mad at them because they never listen to Black people. I'm mad at them because at the end of the day, they will still repeat the same mistake. But just check it out and see how disgusting this is. And this man will literally still sit down. Instead of fixing the issue that he's supposed to fix, he will still be doing this WAR thing with Iran. It simply means he literally do not care. He didn't even care about the people that put him there. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have now to this episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you, liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be Simba, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.